Hola clase. Today we are starting a new unit. We're starting Unidad 6, La escuela y la hora. La escuela is the school. So we're going to learn some more words relating to school. So you'll learn about your subjects, how to say your subjects in Spanish, some stuff that you need for school, and we're going to learn how to tell time. La hora technically means the hour, but it refers to telling time. I am going to pronounce your vocabulary. This vocabulary deck is large, but I'm not going to do every single word. I'm going to do your stuff for school, your classes. I'll do your ordinal numbers, which are words like first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And then I'm going to do pronunciation of some new verbs. There are going to be some words in this deck that you'll recognize, which is nice, like the word for like book and stuff like that. So let's get started. El almuerzo. It's a tricky word. Almuerzo. El auditorio. The letters AU in Spanish make the sound of ow, like ow, I hurt myself. So this is pronounced again as auditorio. It's a tricky word. La biblioteca. I feel like people oddly know that word all the time. But biblioteca, library, I always think it looks kind of like the word Bible, and the Bible is a book. And where do books go? The library. La cafeteria. Your emphasis is on the I in this word, cafeteria. Your English-speaking brain probably wants to put it elsewhere, but it is on the A. La calculadora. You do have to say the word cu in the middle of that word. Calculadora. Calculadora. La clase. The word for clase is a feminine noun, even though it ends in an E. It is a feminine noun. La computadora. You do have to say pu in there. La computadora. El cuaderno. La escuela. El estudiante. La estudiante. It just depends like masculine or feminine. El examen. It looks like exam. It has the word exam in it. El gimnasio. This letter G is pronounced like an H. El gimnasio. El lápiz. We've had that before. El libro. El maestro. La maestra. Both of those words mean teacher. Depends on if it's feminine or masculine. La mochila. La nota. This refers to a grade that you would get like on an assignment, not necessarily like your grade in school, like, like 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade. So this is a grade that you would get like on an assignment. La nota. La oficina. El papel. We've had that before. El pizarrón. The pizarrones in my classroom are both labeled. La pluma. We know that. La tarea. Everybody's favorite. Before I go on to talking about your classes, please look at my dog. Look how cute he is. Curled up a little ball. This is Cooper. Hi, Coopy. He's a good boy. All right, we'll continue. Okay, anytime you want to say a certain class in Spanish, you say la clase de, and then whatever school it or whatever class it is. So la clase de español, Spanish class. La banda, bienestar. It literally means well-being or wellness class. La ciencia, el coro, la educación física, el español. Estudio de sonido, la historia. Remember that H's are silent. La historia. El inglés. We've had that word so many times. La matemática. emphasis on this A right here, your second A, matematica. La orquestra, orquestra. La percusión. That's an interesting word. Percusión. La salud. Fun fact. Salud is what you would say to somebody if they sneezed and they spoke Spanish. So next time somebody sneezes in Spanish class, you can just say salud. And yes, you will just be yelling health at somebody, but it's fine. It's fine. So la salud does mean health, but it is what you say when somebody sneezes. Salud. Next, el teatro. Pronounce every letter in that word. El teatro. And then we have our ordinal numbers, which is just a fancy word for saying like first, second, third, fourth. So we have primero or primera, and you use primero if it is followed by a masculine noun. And then primera if it's followed by a feminine noun. For example, la primera clase. Clase is a feminine noun, so it needs to be primera clase, first class. Segundo, segunda. The word segundo is also used to mean second in terms of time, like minutes and seconds. So segundo. Tercero, tercera. Cuarto, cuarta. You got to be careful here that you don't say cuatro, which is the number 4. Cuarto, cuarta. Quinto, quinta. Sexto, sexta. Séptimo, séptima. Quick note on the word fifth. There is a hotel chain called La Quinta Inn, and that just means the 5th inn. I don't know why it's called that. Maybe it's like 5 stars. I don't know. But quinta is a Spanish word. Continuing. Here are some verbs. This will be the last thing that I pronounce for you. You have a lot more ER and IR verbs in this chapter. Remember that ER verbs are just verbs that end in ER. IR verbs are verbs that end in IR. There are 3 types of verbs in Spanish: AR verbs, ER verbs, IR verbs. You already know how to conjugate AR verbs, and then later in this chapter, you'll learn how to conjugate ER verbs and IR verbs. But for now, we have some verbs here. Oh, this one has a mistake. I'm gonna fix it. We don't need 2 A's. Okay, here we go. Abrir, aprender, comprender. Kind of looks like comprehend. Like when you comprehend something, you understand it. Enseñar, entregar. It sounds kind of like turn in, I think. I don't know. Escribir, we've had that before. It looks like scribble or scribe. Intentar. Intentar looks like the verb, like in English, like to intend to do something, means that you try to do it. Kind of. Leer. Leer. Llegar. Llevar. These two are oftentimes mixed up. Llevar, we've only learned so far to mean to wear, like clothing, like yo llevo, I wear. But llevar can also mean to carry or to bring, which I think honestly kind of makes sense because when you are wearing something, you're kind of like carrying it on your body. So I guess it makes sense. Necesitar looks like the word necessary. Recibir, to receive, kind of looks like it. Responder. Terminar. Terminar is to finish. It looks like the verb like terminate. When you terminate something, it's done, it's over. And then the last one, tomar, to take. We've had the verb tomar before, as in like tomar fotos, to take photos. But yeah, tomar by itself does mean just to take. That's all I'm going to pronounce. There are more words for like other things, but I don't want to overwhelm you. So that's going to be it for the day. Cool. Hasta luego.